Welcome everyone, it's Will from KMAC Vintage coming to you from Cayman. Like always, I'm sitting here back in my um, workshop, workroom, whatever you want to call it, with all my machines there behind me. Many of you haven't seen this, but up there you see I have all of my other computers sitting. A lot of you don't see all of that back there, so because I try to keep the spinning fan out of view, or else it would make some of you go nuts. Anyway, welcome. It is Monday afternoon. It is 3:45 p.m. here. I was out on the road this morning doing some things, and then came home at lunch. Then I got the afternoon bug that you normally get after you eat a nice lunch. So I kind of crashed a little bit. Well, I wanted to take it easy. So anyway, back to this board. This is the board for Samuel. It's now been cleaned. It looks a lot better. We're going to continue working on it. So if we look at from the desk, I don't know why this Delgado, this Stream Deck sometimes doesn't want to. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so here it is. I don't. That light is so bright on this. Here it is here. So we are working on sockets now because I have. So anyway, it's here. I have all my sockets here, including the CPU one. So let me turn on my soldering iron, get that going. So basically, we're gonna start putting in these sockets. I start off with the CPU one because it's the lowest. These other ones are not as low. Then I just go around and tack them all in, and then we'll do a big solder. So um, let's switch over to the scope camera, and the board is nice and flat, so I can easily put this down. Right now, I just need to focus it for me. Then I'll come focus it for you. And right now, I just want to tack some corners. Then I'll heat them back up and I'll push it down. I'll push it up so that it's sitting in there. Okay. So now I'm just gonna work my way around doing what I normally do is I can do it better from this camera. Okay. I just put them in, I hold them, and then I bent the corners. Okay. So then that one is in. One of my fours. That light is probably like that because I don't have my other ones on doing the offset. With that, then I can turn off this one. Okay. Um, that's the one for the RTC. I put another one back here for this inductor. Okay. I'm printing something and I hope it starts off okay. That's the video RAM. These are for the resistor networks. I like putting them in sockets because they fail quite often. Okay, we got the two Sony audio chips. Where's the other one for that? Here. Okay, now we're gonna okay, almost there. Almost got all the sockets in place. Then we start a lot of soldering work. Now, even though I'm securing these this way, I still solder and then push up and make sure it's in nice and good. I like to have all of these in sockets, all these PLs, all these chips in sockets. Okay, what leg here is out of sequence? Okay. I don't know what I ate for lunch though. It's sitting in my stomach like a brick. Okay, so all the sockets are on there. Now, let's start soldering a little bit. So now that I have them all kind of hanging in there, I can come here, you see, and then I just heat up like that. Then I'll raise the board and I'll heat them up again and I'll make sure that it's in good. Okay. Okay, this is the video ROM. Okay, that one moved a little bit. I'm gonna solder all of these, then I'll come back and do the CPU one. Not going to my mother's this afternoon because she is not gonna be home. She has a late doctor's appointment, so she'll get stuck in the traffic coming home. So I can continue working on this board. Okay. So what are the odds that this is gonna fire up at the first go? I think pretty good. Been a while since I've done an SE30 board, but all right, that one is in. Now let's turn this. All right, I'm gonna push. See, that one clipped in a bit better. This one too. Okay. So I mailed out the big package to Folk today over in Sweden. That's the 2 CX board I fixed for him, the SE30, and the two CX power supply. That power supply was not just a simple recap. One of the Schotsky diode rectifier things was kaput. Took a while to problem solve and to find that kaput item. Okay, so those are done. Now let's do the two. Sony sound chips. Okay, let me press these in. Okay. All right. Now we go up here. These are the gals. Hope your focus is okay. Looks okay. For me, it's okay too. I think the food is sitting in my stomach because I just ate too much. Can you believe I'm almost done with these sockets? When you start one of these boards, you'd be like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. This is like, oh, I remember my first one I did. It was for my friend Scott in Dallas. And that took me like 8 hours. Because it's the first PLCs that I'm soldering, I'm trying, I'm learning. First time with a customer's board. Okay, two more to do for the gals and then the video RAM. Then I'm done with the PLC sockets. I need to switch the water in my ultrasonic cleaners. It's very milky. I have a large ultrasonic cleaner and then I have a smaller one. What I don't like about the large one is that it takes hours for the water to reach a temperature. Alright, now 2 video RAMs. Sorry I'm not talking, I'm just focused on the soldering. Okay. I think all the sockets are now soldered down. Yep. Now we need to go and solder this one. This is the one for the CPU. Alright, here we go. Getting there. Normally I don't like to solder from right to left. Why? Because you see how because I'm right-handed, I hold it like this, then I'm heating up this, but I could also be heating up that one again. But when you do from left to right, you're not doing that because the next pin hasn't even been soldered yet. Guess that's just one of my pet peeves. Okay, those sockets are all done. I could do the video ROM. Well, sorry, the main ROM socket. Yeah, I can do that. Let's go ahead and get that one in since I have it here. How does that look for you? A little bit out of focus. Again, with here, I'm just going to do some pins at the corners. Then I'm going to push it in. Make sure it's sitting down nice and flush. Okay. And here we go. Oh, I'm almost out of solder on the spool. What? Let's just do. I'm not gonna fight it. And then the other board I mailed out was for a person in the UK, Matthew. So he's got his board going back to him. So I'm happy I got those fixed and on the way back to their owners. Okay, so the ROM socket is also in already. I now need to take some things off of the old board. I'm at that point. What do I need to take off? Let's see here. Um, I need the CPU. I need the crystal. Um, these two here are not in sockets on the old board. The two sound chips are not in socket. So what we could do is I could move over some of the things that are in socket already. All right, so we have video ROM here that can come out. This video ROM is in good shape. No, it's not. It's got a broken leg, and the leg is not in there. Look at, oh no, it's bent. Okay. Maybe that's why this board wasn't working. And it's probably gonna break with me trying to straighten that up. Okay. The chip looks very good. It's just that one leg was bent. It wasn't in good. All right, let me make sure that went in good now. Yeah, that's not bent under. Okay. So that's in. We can move these 5 gals over. They look in excellent shape also. That's all is in sockets that I can move over. So we'll put that board aside. Now, those are two caps for me to put on later. I have to start taking some things off this board. And what we're gonna start off with is I'm gonna start heating this board from the back side because I want to get this RTC off. Okay, where did that email just go? I'll find it later. The idea here is to heat it up from the front back side. And then I come to this side and okay. All right, so that one is out. Let's go heat up these Sony sound chips. They look crusty. Okay, one is out. Okay, two are out. All right, now the video RAM. Okay. I want to turn it because I can have better angle from this side. Now I only do this heat method like this because this board is not going to be reused. Okay, we're done with that. Now I want to try to suck out um, the crystal. So I'm going to try to suck out the solder points for the crystal. That should be it. Yep, it's out. All right. There are two other things I need to take out here right now, which are these two inductors. Usually these here, once I heat them up, they'll just fall out. Oh, my mother's already home, so I can go over there. Okay, that'll be good. My dog will like that. Lila will like that. Yeah, you see, it just. Okay, that's already out. All right, I can do these two switches since I'm here. These two push buttons. That's one. That's two. There are two buttons. All right, now let's see what else. I need to come and take out the other inductor over there. Let's see if I can get this out. Reuse the audio connection to speaker. Bet you this board didn't want to fire up because of that ROM issue. No, it was more than that. Yep, that fell out. Yep, that already fell out. There it is. All right, let's see what else. Okay, that's all I can do right now with this air. I usually do the CPU with air also, but today I'm gonna try something different. All right, I need to switch. I need to straighten up these chip legs. One of those came off. All right, so I have a lot of stuff off on this board. And what I want to do now is I'm going to try to see. I don't know how my solder sucker is going to do with this. No, I like doing it with the hot air method more. But what I am going to try with this, because you see these two chips back here, these three resistor pack networks, these are the old type, and if I put too much heat on them, they're going to fall apart. So those I'm going to try to see if I can take out with this. Then I'll come back and touch up with air if I need to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and touch up with air. Boy, none of those want to clean out completely. Let me make sure this is okay. There's really not much coming up. Sorry, you're out of view right now. You will be in plenty of you in a few minutes. All right, where's the other one? Over here. Boy, I don't want to take out nothing. I don't want to melt it. Boy, I don't want to take out nothing. Alright, we're gonna go to the hot air method. I don't like it like this. Yeah, you see those sockets are pretty deep filled. Alright, so let me see here. I gotta check something. Okay, yeah, that was because of a package that's on hold in Miami for you to come down by ocean freight. They want too much to send it down by air. All right, so what do I do with this when I'm using air? Is exactly how it sounds. I remove it using air. You see, so I come in like this. Okay, so now that one should be fairly much loose. Okay. Okay. That's one out. You can see the next one. Yeah, I can see the soldering getting already loosening up. So, and my solder socket can go over 2 pins. So I usually always do the previous one and the next one. Okay. It's already loose on this side, practically popping out, and there it is, it's out. Alright, let's go to the last one. A lot of times by doing it this way, a lot of other small little SMD components fall off because, yeah, they're just gonna fall off. They're all falling off. Okay. All right, those are all off. Now I need to do the CPU. And ow, conchale, that damn thing is hot. I forgot. I had to grab the board where it's very hot. Okay, now comes this beast, and I do the same thing with the CPU. Okay, I just heat them up. Besides that the CPU pins don't bend as quick. Well, I'm gonna try something here that some other people told me that they do. Because I'm getting too many pins bending. Right now, I'm not using the solder sucker for heat. I'm using it more just for the sucking power. All right. I have a couple with my tweezers. Okay. Couple legs here I need to try to straighten up. All right, now I'm gonna slant it. You can't really see what I'm just heating everything up and then I'm pushing it out because now I need to have it all hot at the same time and start dropping it. That's the one side's already dropping pretty good. There it goes. Yep, and down. There it is. Okay, now I got a lot of stuff taken out. CPU very hot. Alright, we'll move that to the side. Move this to the side. Let me clean this up here. Get my little vacuum. Okay. Now I've got these 3 chips here. These came out nice and straight. So I'm just fixing up the legs. Okay, those 3 look good. I'll get some more here. Take a look at the RTC. Looks good. This is one of the Sony sound chips. All right, let's go put all these in. All right, this is the old board, new board. The 2 RAM chips for video. The 2 Sony chips. These are the resistor packs. Really, these don't matter what orientation because pin 1, 10, 11, and 20 are all ground. So you can really put these in any way you want. Some of them you'll find instead of 20 pin, they're 16. So you set it right in the middle. You don't put a pin in 1 and 10, 11, and 20. The RTC. I have my inductor over here. Although I really don't need this right now because I don't have keyboard connected or mouse. Those other things I gotta solder. Let's see how the CPU looks. I'm gonna take a look at this under the scope here and see how the legs look. Let's see if I can drop it in the socket. What I like about these sockets is that, I mean, a lot of times it will straighten up the legs. I like this one here's bent. There's a little bit too much. Then if there's a lot of solder still on them. All right, I'm gonna try to put this in, but I want to clean off the CPU a little bit because I use some flux on it. I gotta check one thing here. All right, like that. Another pin here with some solder still on it. That's all right. Let's see. Yep, there we go. We are in like Flynn. Okay, so since I still got my iron hot there, and let's throw in some of these other little things that I have here. This is the main crystal. Okay. We can put in this one. Okay. We can put in 2 switches, or two buttons. And we can put in an audio jack. And I'll use some blue tack to hold that down. Like that. Okay, that goes there. And there. Here. 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 Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. These are the 2 capacitors that were still pending. I like to stand the legs back up because it makes it easier to cut. And if someone later needs to remove it, they can use a solder sucker. A lot easier. Alright, so what's still outstanding on this board? Power connector. And I need a minimum 4 RAM for me to, and I have to, no, I don't have to do audio jack. I can bypass it by soldering these 2 jumpers right here. And then I can at least see if it powers up. I don't really need any of these unless I want to connect something, but there are 2 pads back here that I can put solder balls on and jump them like that, and then I can remove that later. That will allow me to test it without having to add the audio jack. So all I need right now is power and minimum 4 RAM, and I can power this up. Okay, but we'll do that in a little bit. Let me run to my mother's, and I'll come back, even though I said I didn't have to, but she's home now, so I'll be back. All right, okay, folks, I'm back here now. I'm gonna switch cameras here. Let's go to the scope, and I've already tacked in the 4 SIM sockets. They're right there. So I'm gonna solder them in now. Let's see, how many can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so every 7. 1, power connector I already soldered in. So after this, we can test this thing. Okay. You see that one? You see that one? Yeah. Okay, so I can go this far. Okay. I'll go up some more now. Oh, be nice to finish this board and then I can move on to some big ones that I have. I got one person that sent me like 7 boards to fix. I need to read his notes that he sent me. Okay, soldering is done for now that I can test this, I think. Let's go take a look here. Okay, so these are more RAM sockets. Anyway, yeah, let's see, everything else, none of these I need right now. SCSI and floppy I don't need. This I don't need. Oh, crystal, forgot this crystal. Let's get that put in. So I do got one more thing to solder. Good thing I know exactly where those crystals are. I need to put in a big order with Mauser of like almost $1,000 worth of supplies. All right, all right. Let me solder this in quick. I'm not gonna switch cameras just to put this in. All right, here we are. Move my mouse pad out of the way. Let's bring in the stuff that we can test this. Let's see. 4 megabyte sims. Yeah, they're here. Let's first use a stock ROM. Alright, so this is a stock ROM. Memory. Now these sockets here, they're not so easy to snap in, so you do have to open the legs or the clips and slide it in. But it holds them very steady. Okay, that's their speaker. I don't need SCSI because I don't have the port connected, but I do need my battery pack. I need our wonderful SE30 compact card. Although right now I don't have any more of these in stock. I need to build some more. I need to order some more. I'm gonna use my Stream Deck as my holder. And let's get some power to the video. Okay, my screen is up. Let's bring this. Oh, you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have all that. Let's get some power on this subject. We ready? Here we go. Yeah, I don't have anything. Oh yeah, I do. Ah, but I don't have sound. I got screen. So it is working, but I don't have SCSI connected or anything like I see that yet. What port is this? This is a floppy. This is a SCSI. I can put these on. Yeah, you see? So it works. Yay! But I need to find out why I don't have audio. I want to pop out these two chips, make sure I didn't bend any legs. No, that one good. That one good. Capacitors in there good. That's good. Maybe something with my soldering will work back there. No, those are jumped. Just make sure. Yeah, they're jumped. Okay, let's come back here. Let's try this again, see if we get audio. No, still not getting audio. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I gotta check these caps to make sure. All soldered down good. Alright, I wanna check the ASC chip. Basically what I'm checking is my solder work. Okay. Let me get an audio jack and put on here just to be sure. I have new ones, so I'm just gonna grab a new one and put on there. Because you have to have the audio jack for the speaker to work, or you jump these two pads, but that doesn't seem to be working this time. So let's unjumper them. Still not getting any audio. Okay, I'm gonna try with my headphones and see. All right, with headphones, I'm not getting nothing either. All right, so let's go one step further here. I'm gonna pop these back out. I want to check their legs, see if there's any crud. No, they're in good condition. Seem to be very good. Let me see if I have another set of those Sony chips that I can easily get my hands on. I do, but that's not in the best condition there. I don't have much of those chips. Let me see if I can get these two out of here without. These have some broken legs on them and they've been patched. Oh man. I have to reload this board anyway, so. Okay. All right, let's try these two. I hope the chips are not messed up because I don't have replacements. No, so it's not the two Sony chips. It's something else. I wonder if it's that the well, would that crystal be bad? All right, let me put this back. I have mm, yeah, it's not the wrong chips in the wrong place because it's 63 is the ASC, 61 is the swim. The other ones can't get messed up. One H50. 106C. Capacitor 106. At 10 microfarad. That could be. Why that a 10? I thought that was supposed to be a 1. Yeah, it's supposed to be a 1 microfarad, not a 10. Did I take the wrong? I think that's my own fault, guys. I put the wrong size. I know what the problem is. My own fault. This is a 10 microfarad capacitor there. And I have both sizes, but I only have black and the larger. All right, let's see if that fixes our problem. Since I have the board very nice and clean already, I don't want to leave flux around. And let's see if we get audio this time. Nope, still don't have audio. Still don't have audio. Hmm. I want to run this off of. Oh, I switched cameras again. I'm sorry, guys. The connection is very loose. Let me try my headphones again. Not getting nothing. All right, there's one other thing I can try. Oh no, this is the wrong one. 1693. I'm gonna try to switch out that crystal that's there. I mean, I've never had one of these bad before on me. Those are all 4716s. They're all on good. Next thing is to check if I'm getting my voltage. Nope. Hmm. All right, I need to check my voltages here on the Sony chips and that. So I need to open up the schematics for that. So now the crystal. Give me a second here. I need to get to my files. Downloads. All recent. Recent should have it. SE30 PDF. All right, here's audio. Where's my meter? Oh, right here in my lap. All right. DC. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's see first what I'm getting in on my sound chips. 11 and 12, 11 and 12, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, let's turn this on. Nine, 10, 11, 11.87, 11.89, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is good. 12 is good. 13 is not. 13 is just 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Um, Two, three, four, five. Reset goes low and then goes high. Low and then goes high. Okay. Alright, so now let's go check this other. I may switch these two transistors, Q1 and Q2, but they could be the problem. Alright, 2 and 3 on that chip. Voltage negative, voltage positive. 2, 3. No, you see, I'm not getting nothing there. 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got 12 volts there. On 4, I have negative 14. Yeah, let me switch those two transistors and see. I may switch that chip too. Alright. What I mean by those two transistors are these two right here. See, that could be bad too. But I've never really had them go bad on me. I wanna solder these in better. And I want to check on the bottom side, make sure nothing is missing. Okay, let me find those transistors and then we'll switch them. Q1 and 3. I have plenty of them, so. There's Q2. That's D1 and D2. Q1. Okay, here they are. Q1 and 2. All right, we throw both of those out. Q1 and 3. I need to order some of these. That's 3904 and 3906. Caps are on good. These are in the right way. It's this, the Sony, this ASC, these caps here. All right, let's see if that did the trick. Um, nope. Let me look at the schematic, see if anything else jumps out at me. Let me try the headphones again. Nope. All right, let me see what comes out of the Apple Sound chip. That's okay. Pulse width modulation A and B, SV0, 1, and 2. Those are the only things that go to the Apple Sound chips. Well, that go to the Sony chips. Then the rest is voltage. I'm getting 12 volts. Oh, at 29, 30. Okay, so the tone is coming out of the pulse width modulation is coming out of the PWB is coming out. is coming out too. Okay, so that's coming out. 31, 32, 33. Twenty-nine, 30, 31, 32, 33. Not getting SV2. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Not getting SV2. Nothing. And it does not go through a capacitor or nothing. It goes straight to all right, I got my 12 volts there. Five, five, five. That is C6. Capacitor 6. It's a 1 UF. 4, 5, 6, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 is there, 4 is there, 5, 6. Mm. 105 is 1 microfarad, yes. So if it says 105 on it, it's a 1 microfarad. So that is a 1 there. And that's what it's supposed to be. But I'm not getting SV3. But how come here I have SV3? Oh, that's pin 3, pin 4. Nothing. Nothing. All right, I gotta check a working board, but I gotta run to the bathroom and that. So let me pause this and I'll be back. All right, folks, I come back. I had to go feed the dog and do some other little things here. So I took care of that, and in the meantime, I, sometimes I really need to do what I feel from the beginning is a problem. I need to go with my gut feeling sometimes. Um, I fix the sound, all right, and that's what kills me is that sometimes I should follow my gut feeling. It's just one of those things sometimes. So, um, you remember a while just in the same video earlier, I was saying something about this voltage regulator chip here. Okay, so because everything else I tested was fine. The only thing that was still remaining was that freaking chip, and I changed that freaking chip, and guess what I have now? There's the chime. You want to hear it again? Here it comes. There it is. See? That freaking chip. I need to go with my gut feeling. Uh, and I've never had one of those chips go bad yet on me. This is the first time. First time I've had one of them go bad on me. So anyway, it's there. I don't have anything connected yet, so it's not booting up. And let me solder in a SCSI port very quick. It takes no time at all. I have one right here. Um, Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and solder in the SE floppy also. And let's switch cameras. And we'll go down here. Okay. I had to feed the dog, so that's why I took a little bit longer to. It's just annoying. I really gotta go with my gut feeling sometimes. I gotta stop second guessing myself. I mean, I've been doing these long enough, and I know this board inside out. All right, SCSI is connected. Let's give it some ground. That solder spool is almost finished, but I should have enough to finish this port at least. So now we have a floppy external and a SCSI external connected. I have two ADBs right here also. I took them off of another board, but they're fine. I can go ahead and throw them on here. Okay. Now, the fact that this board basically works, I think this will be the last video on it. Because unless there's something that pops up, okay, so I got the ADBs connected also. This means now that we can boot this up and we can do a bit more with it. I'm gonna bring my SCSI here. Let's go ahead and put the sound back on it. And let's just get the mouse. There's my sound. My gut feeling, you know, I really gotta follow my gut feeling. Really do. So really the only thing really left to do on this is to put on the two serial ports, that metal bar in the back, the internal SCSI, the internal floppy, the PDS slot, and these 4 RAM. Then basically this board is done. I will run a tech step on it because a lot of times serial has a problem and you won't find that unless you do a tech step. And there we are booting. And we're going into the OS. And how come mouse doesn't want to work? Is that fuse blown or something wrong with that fuse? I have 5 volts on that side. I have 5 volts on that side. So the fuse is okay. My God, why more problems? ADB port, that's serial. Where's ADB? ADB here. Goes, both of them goes through that. No, RTC has got nothing to do with that. ADB, blah, blah, fuse, amp, transistor. Could that transistor be bad? That 3904 right here. All right, I'm getting my voltage there. If the ADB chip was bad, I would not be getting this far. Okay, I would not be getting this far at all. Wonder if it's that guy. I have some of those that are in socket that I can borrow. No. Could it be that these ports were bad? I'm leaning towards that transistor. Okay, I'm not getting nothing. And these don't have no orientation difference. They shouldn't make a difference. I got one thing after another. I got the sound fix, now I got ADB problem. All right, I have those transistors right here. We're gonna switch that. I'm gonna go with my gut. 3904. 3904 right here. And let's unplug this. Transistor right there. Let's just pop it off with a little bit of hot air. It'll take just a second. Okay. I need to add some of these to my Mauser cart. All right, that's simple. Oh, you're not gonna believe what it is. You are not gonna believe what it is. You know, what is not soldered? The socket that holds that. This time it was not my gut. This time my own neglect. So the transistor and that inductor should be fine. All right, here we go. There's with my chime. That chip I'm throwing out. That's bad. Bad chip. Oh, sorry. Let me switch. Here we go. And my cursor's moving. Yay! See it down there in the bottom? Yay. All right, so this board is done. Well, at least for the video, it's done unless there's a problem. because those other items I'll do off camera. There's not much left with it. Four memory slots, a PDS slot, a battery holder, floppy connector, SCSI connector, 2 serial connectors, and that metal bar in the back. That's it. So if we want to see what's happening, let's go back here. You can see the screen there. And there it comes up. Let's see. No, let me get the mouse faster. Mouse fast. Yes, thank you. Our new ROMs have that already defaulted to the fast mode. Let's also see what my memory is showing. What this is about this Mac, 16 megs, blah blah blah. Dirty, and it's not clean ROM, so I can't run 32-bit. But if I put in our new, where is it? Oh, you know what? I think I actually sold mine. I shipped it out. I need to make one for myself. Snoopers here. I'm not gonna do a memory test. Let's turn off serial on that, and let's just go from there. I don't have serial connected. I don't have the dongle, so I have to do it this way. When I do tech step, I'll know what's happening. Okay, PRAM pass, clock is gonna pass. CPU testing. So 2 hours, 17 minutes video. A lot yesterday was a bit less than 2 hours. So, and we have a working SE30 board. CPU pass. ADB pass. FPU pass. You know, sometimes this software testing things make me wonder, because why software based? I mean, if you're running the software, more than likely most of the stuff is working. I've rarely found anything not working. All right, let's quit this. Quit that. Let's do a shutdown here. I'm gonna disconnect power because I want to change this ROM. I'm not sure what image is on this, because this is only a 4 megabyte ROM. It might not even run on this machine. No, you see, this is not a ROM for this machine here. And I know this one is, but this is the Rominator, the one from Big Benson Wires. I need to make some more mega ROMs for myself too. I think this has the 2VX image on it. No, sorry, they actually 2FX. Okay, but yeah, the Rominator's working. I'm tired too. So I'm gonna upload this video. I'm gonna call it the final one for this one. If anything changes or problems, then I come back. I can't believe I forgot to solder that, and that was the only problem with that. It was never this little transistor, but it's all right. He's got a new one. And the sound issue was a good one to find. Okay, so we're back in there now. So now this should be 32. I should be able to run 32-bit mode with this. Control panel, memory, and there's my 32. I gotta do a restart. This is running 7.1, so I don't have a problem there. There we are. And now let's see how our RAM is divided up. I need to clean up my bench area. And yep, there it is. System software 1.3 megs. The total memory 16.3. Anyway, all right. So we are good with this board. I'm gonna shut it down. Um, we get rid of that for now. Unplug that. Put that up there. This can go up there. This goes over here. Okay, folks. So we are looking good with this board. Um, Sitting down there chewing away on his bony. Beautiful Lisa sitting there. I should turn it on and um, show it off a little bit, but anyway. Thank you, folks. This is the board for Sam. I'm happy that it really chimed up, and always nice to have a couple of problems and to be able to test things out and practice your skills and learn some more. I should have gone with my hunch. Then I would have been done a hell of a lot sooner. I would not have changed those two transistors over here. I would not have changed that crystal. But anyway, it is what it is, right? So I'll finish this off camera, and then if any problems come up and that I need to do another video on it and update you all, I'll do that. So anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. If you can, give me a thumbs up. If you like it, please share my channel with others. And if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm still at 818, I think. I'd like to get up to 1,000. I don't see that happening before end of the year, but anyway. I'm not here for the subs and for monetization and so forth. I'm here for the fun and sharing and enjoying this and chatting with the great community and the other people that are out there. In the comments of this is my Amazon wish list. If you all want to help me out with some things, you can order off of that. It will go to the house up in Florida, and in February when I'm up there, I will pick up the stuff and know what people sent me. In the meantime, thank you, and we'll see you on the next video. All right, bye-bye.